Hey YouTube, Cinny Steve back with another video. Let you know what I've been picking up, what I've been playing. And to be honest, I haven't been giving the arcade cabs much love. This is probably the first time they've been on in, I don't know, probably about 3 weeks. I've been playing a bit of Hyper Bishy Bashy with the wife tonight and put a bit of Robotron earlier. Not as great as the original cab, but it does me get my fix, and playing a bit of Doggy-oon Turbo shooter on the vertical setup there. It's a great looking game, Doggy-oon. Game that Beats put me onto quite a few years ago now. But panning round on the big screen, we've got Automedius Gorgeous, which is running on my first pickup, JTAG Xbox 360 from Onaretrotip, Pete Onaretrotip. Done me a fantastic deal on this. Been playing quite a lot of the cave shooters, but this one, let's say Automedius Gorgeous, it's on it's a Konami shooter, and it's basically Gradius. It's like a Gradius clone, basically Gradius with massive anime tits, to be honest. It's pretty cool, to be honest. I quite like it. Quite a cool little game. But panning around, I've had a bit of a tidy up. The vertical monitor for consoles has gone for the time being. It's only gone upstairs, but it wasn't getting much love, so I quite like having the room, because I've been doing a bit of work on my PC and on the laptop. This is just a PC setup with this monitor at the moment. But talking of beeps earlier, I've been playing a bit of the caravan mode on Soldier Blade, 2-minute game. I know he's got something like 450,000. I nearly got 400,000 earlier, but that's my best score so far, but really been enjoying that today. On to the second and third pickup. Finally picked up one of the UV light frames and the overlays. I've got something like 4 or 5 overlays I've got with it. This is like the grid one. Doesn't really do it justice without it being dark. Let's turn this off and you'll get an idea of just how cool the Vectrex looks with the UV light. Absolutely fantastic. Another thanks goes out to Pete Onaretrotip on this, actually, because he ordered a couple of frames, one for me, one for himself. So yeah, it looks absolutely brilliant, that. And I also bought a spinner for the Vectrex. Works great with Tempest. Absolutely loving that at the moment. Now, I've been playing this quite a lot this week. It is Paratrooper. It's an old DOS game. It's a great little game. Anyone that's, well, you definitely play it in DOS box. It's all like freeware. But I remember used to playing this game at school, and it's a really simple little shooter. You're just sort of controlling the turret, shooting all the helicopters, and then obviously dropping all the paratroopers. If you get 4 on one side, they'll come and kill you. So obviously you've got to stop that. But obviously each time you shoot, your score goes down, so you don't want to just spam buttons. But I mean, I don't know, it might look rubbish to you guys, but I saw this on a YouTube video, and I was like, I remember that, because I played a lot of this at school. And I'm pretty sure I own nearly everything I'm nostalgic about. And then this comes along and you're like, oh wow, obviously I don't. So I downloaded it straight away. And it's probably the game I've been playing the most this week. But great little game. Honestly, love that game, Paratrooper. On the old laptop. Also tonight I've been playing a bit of Batman. I've been talking to Scott Brand quite a lot in the last week or so. I know he's struggling to get it going on his 1200 setup, and it just sort of got me in the mood to be playing it. But Outrun's still going strong. I actually got my highest score, but not on this cab. It was on Ali Hogg's Retro Hunter. His new arcade has just opened. I mean, all my scores have reset. This hasn't been on for about a month, but what did I get? I believe I just got over 1 million. I must be so close to completing it, but oh well. one day. So I've got loads of pickups, mostly Amiga pickups, but yeah, I'll set the tripod up and we'll get on with it. Right, let's get on with the pickups. Now, I've got probably about 30 to 40 Amiga games to show, so I'm going to leave them till the end. But I've got a few modern bits, Vectrex game, a few Xbox One games, and but I'll start off with this. I'll get these couple of modern bits out of the way first, but I've picked up a Wii Mini. Now, it was on Facebook Marketplace, pretty cheap. I'm sure I only gave about 20 quid for this. Box has seen better days, but everything's in there. I just find it quite interesting, the Wii Mini. I believe it was sort of designed for like hotels. I know there's no sort of RGB out or anything like that in there, no internet connection, so probably the last console to not have internet connection. But it come with a few games. I didn't have any of them. Resident Evil 4, and then these that don't appeal whatsoever, but Resi 4 thought it was alright. I know it's not very expensive, but for 20 quid, don't think go wrong with that. Going on to the Xbox One games, which I believe, I think I got a bargain with one of them. The other three are pretty much going rate, but these were all a £5 each. Forza Horizon 3, which I know is a pretty good game. Can't really go wrong with the Forza Horizons. That one, the box is a bit rubbish, but all the rest of these three are pretty good. And it's Forza Horizon 2, which again for a £5 each, I think that's pretty much going rate. But this one I hadn't even heard of, and that's Trackmania Turbo, and it looked pretty cool. Again, haven't tried any of these yet. In actual fact, I already had Forza Horizon 2. I didn't even know. That's when you know you got too many games. But then the last one, which I knew was a bit of a bargain, and that was Rocket League, which is a fantastic game. Absolutely love Rocket League. And obviously it's all in there. And I know this game's what, 10, 15, so for a £5. Can't go wrong with that. And now this one, this game I've been trying to pick up for a good price for quite a while, just to give it a go. Again, the box isn't amazing, but it's Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, which I was contemplating for ages to just buy this on release, just sealed, and just leave it sealed, because I know it's the last game for the Wii U. But this came up again, Facebook Marketplace, which I seem to be getting quite a few bargains on there recently. Tenner. So again, not tried it, but I will give it a go, because again, don't quote me on it, but I'm sure somebody said it's all sort of reversed, like the camera is all sort of, I don't know, compared to the Switch one anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Going on to a Vectrex game. Now this I pre-ordered a while back, and it's WireOut, and it's quite a cool little package this. I haven't played it much, I must admit, but the PCB cart is pretty cool. There's no case for it, and it's sort of in sort of the shape of your Eraser. I mean, all these were numbered as well. I believe mine was number 20 of 200. That's for the green overlay. I think he made 200 green overlays, 200 with orange overlays, and quite a few more with pink, I believe. I think there might have been 600 or 800, something like that. Can't remember. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, I've probably played it for the best part of 10 minutes, but yeah, it seemed pretty good. Mega Drive. It's been a while since I haven't really been picking up much Mega Drive. I'd say it's nearly all been Amiga. This was down at Level Up Gaming. Alex always cuts me a good deal. I picked a few big Amiga bundles up, and I saw this on the shelf. I was like, oh, how much is that? FIFA 98. And he said £3. I was like, all day long. I know the cart's got a bit of a tear in it. I've actually already got this game, but mine was manualless, and for £3 I know that's worth a lot more than that. And as I say, I'll get a manual for myself, so that's all good. Now this one I did get stung on a little bit. This is a re-released Mega Drive game, and it's Glay Lancer. I know the actual original game it costs an absolute fortune, but this is not a repro, but it's a re-release. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously I love my shooters. I don't know what to think of it really. I mean, I'm sure it was about 60 to 70 quid when it was released, obviously with postage and everything, so it's coming over from Japan. I paid scalper's fees. I thought I was getting a good deal of about 80 quid, something like that, until I got import taxes of about 28 quid. So it took it well over 100 quid, about 108 quid. So yeah, not a good deal at all, not one of my best moments. But it is what it is. It's a cool shooter, so that can stay in the collection. Now this one, I know, again, Pete Onaretrotip, he's getting mentioned quite a lot in this video. I saw this on Retro Games months ago and told him about it. I know he bought it, and I sort of realised I actually had quite a bit of nostalgia for it. I played it back in the day, and it's not usually my sort of game. I'm not really a point and click sort of guy, but this came up on one of the Facebook groups. Dad of Tentacle on PC, CD-ROM, and it's absolutely mint. It's a really nice condition game. So absolutely love that artwork. So again, it was at a good price. I think it was about £30 posted, something like that. I think I negotiated. So yeah, really happy with that. Love seeing the old HMV stickers. I'll never take them ones off. I'll take off anything else, but if they're the original price stickers, I always leave them on. So yeah, that's I'm pretty sure that is all my pickups other than Amiga. So if you're not bothered about Amiga, then I suggest you switch off now. But where do I start with the Amiga pickups? Now, I tell you what, I'll start with, again, Level Up Gaming. I picked up 2 quite big bundles. How many games? I'm sure I picked up about 10 to 12 games the first time, then I went back in there and picked up about another 4 or 5. Now, 2 of them I've already got, so I won't even bother showing them, but yeah, I'll start off with, I don't know if anyone caught my stream the other week, but I was actually sort of live testing them, which it didn't go brilliant, to be honest. I'm rubbish at streaming, but I'll keep on trying. But literally on that night, I don't think I even tried them all, but there was one I tried and didn't work. I cleaned it, tried it again, didn't work, tried it again the next day, and it was absolutely fine. Didn't even know this got an Amiga release, so now it's an all full game on the Mega Drive. Last Battle, released by Elite, which I'd love to get all the Elite releases, so that's another one to the collection. Didn't play it much, to be honest. I know I got it loaded. I think I had one little go, remembered how bad the Mega Drive version was. This was no better, and left it there. But yeah, pretty cool game, and you don't see it. I don't think I've ever seen it, so I'm really happy with that. Then we've got Defender 2, which this was another one which I have seen, but I had no idea it was a port of the arcade game, and you've got both of them in there. You've got the original Defender and Stargate, as well as Defender 2, which I thought was really cool, and really nice condition as well. So done me a great deal on this, Alex, really did. Honestly, I don't know what it is with traders, they don't seem to care about Amiga games, they sort of half give them away. And this next one, Ski or Die. I've always quite like this sort of series. Remember the old Skate or Dies? I don't think this is like a direct sequel or anything, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I was playing it on the stream really badly, but I do quite like these sort of games. I've always quite liked these sort of games. Sort of all the events, a little bit sort of like winter games if you like, but a bit more arcadey. Again, I know I've owned this one before and it was really damaged. I ended up just putting in a bundle and getting rid of it, so it's nice to get that in the collection in good condition. That one I won't bother showing because I've already, in fact no, I will show it actually. It's Super Off-Road. I do actually own this game already. It was a bit squashed, but the only reason I bought this one is because it had the poster, which I didn't remember my copy having, but it does, so that will go on the selling pile. And then this one here, another compilation which I don't have, and I do like my compilations. I had loads of them as a kid, so it's always good to have compilations. And I know, I wouldn't say they're frowned upon, but they don't really hold their value or anything, but quite like Kickoff 2. I was playing this in the stream, and Retro Man Cave Neil, he got on there and was trying to give me a few tips. To be fair, it worked. I actually scored a goal after he was sort of telling me the mechanics, because as much as I played Kickoff back in the day, I was never any good at it, and he sort of explained the mechanics quite well, and I was getting into it, really enjoying that. Now onto this game again. Never heard of this game, and when I haven't heard of a game, it always makes me intrigued. This is called Scorpion, and again, I was playing this on the stream, and it was comically bad. It was every time you died, it done like a proper sort of zoomed in close up of you, which I actually quite like that little mechanic, but it was a really rubbish game. But I don't know, there's something about going into a game shop and buying the games on the cover art and the screenshots on the back. Again, this is another one I won't. Oh no, I will be keeping. Get mixed up. Speedball 2. Now, obviously, I own this already. Absolute Amiga classic. But this is a double pack, and I haven't cleaned it up yet. There's a bit of gunk on the back. I reckon that'll clean up all right. With Cadaver, which really highly rated game. I've never got into personally. But yeah, never. I have seen the double pack, but I've never owned it. Somebody's got a saved game in there. Maybe I should try that, because again on the stream I was trying this and weren't getting anywhere. But it's all there. Quite cool. Sort of Cadaver one side, Speedball the other. Yeah, really cool. So that'll stay in the collection, even though I've got both games on full release. Just quite like the oddities and variants. Now this game, Hydra, which it wasn't actually playing too bad. Again, I played on the stream. I didn't play it for very long, but once I'd sort of got the mechanics of it, it's not too bad. Quite a cool arcade game this, and again it's another Domark Tengen game where you see the arcade cab on the back. No, really cool little game. Enjoying that. Again, the Amiga port isn't great, but I was enjoying it. Now another game which, again, I do already own this, but it was an absolute bargain, and it's an upgrade from my one, because I know my one weren't too great. And it's the Cole Lewis Challenge Psygnosis game, which I am trying to get all the Psygnosis titles, so had to be got. I've never actually played it. I didn't try this on that night, but I will. I can't even remember if I tested it the next day, because I know for a fact all the games I tested were fine, barring, as I say, Last Battle, which was fine in the end anyway, so I'll leave that to one side and try it. Now this one I know absolutely nothing about, and it's Space Quest 4, Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers. Now the box is absolutely huge. Again, not usually my sort of game. I mean, what is it, a bit of a point and click or a bit of an RPG, but it's a Sierra game, so I thought I'll add that. A game you don't really see often, and let's say really nice condition. And I believe that was all the games from the first time I went. No, there was actually one more. There was one more, and it was this Leisure Suit Larry 3, which I know these are quite sought after. Again, not my sort of game, but love that artwork, so iconic. Obviously another Sierra game. I might give these a go. Apparently the humour in them's really good. But that was all the games from the first time I went down there. And I'm pretty sure all those games were something like 70 quid, something like that, £70. I'm sure it was no more than that, put it that way. In fact, I think it was 73 quid, because it was obviously a FIFA for 3 quid, and he priced them up 70 for the Amiga games, which absolute bargain. Then I went down there probably about 3 weeks after that, and it had a couple of new ones in, a couple of different ones in. A few I'd missed the first time round. In fact, I'll show that one first. And that was the second one, I believe. I'm sure that's is that the second one or the first one? I'm not sure. Let's shoot Larry. I'll have to do some research on that. I thought it was the second one, but I can't even see number 2 on it now. So it might be the first one. No idea. Might give it a go, but I wouldn't mind getting the other couple now. I believe there was 4 released for the Amiga. In fact, there might have been 5. I don't know. If they come up at a good price, I'll pick them up. Now this one, again, knew absolutely nothing about. The box is absolutely really heavy, weighs a ton, and that's Legend. Now I've heard this is a really good RPG for the Amiga. Published by Mindscape, company behind Moonstone. Absolutely lovely condition. In fact, I'd say most of these were, to be honest. Most of them were, but it's got Adventures Handbook. Look at the size of this book. I mean, this one weighs a ton. But it's all in there, all discs. No, really happy with that one. Lovely looking game. And these were obviously all traded in by the same seller, because we've got another, what looks like it's probably an RPG, point and click game. And this is Trial by Fire, Quest for Glory 2. Again, another Sierra game. Really nice nick. I don't know, that was so cheap I couldn't turn them down. Then the last one I'll be keeping is First Samurai, which I was never a fan of it really. I quite like the intro, but I thought I owned this. I remember seeing this the first time I went down there and sort of picked it up, put it back, thinking, yeah, I've already got it, but I actually have the double pack with Megalomania. So yeah, nice to have the full release. Now, what are we going to go on to next? I'll tell you what, I'll go on to these games here. Again, I don't know much about some of these, but I've picked up 3 Amiga 1200s in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and been absolute bargains. And this one came with a bunch of games, and these haven't cost me a thing. Once I'm going to get the Amiga 1200 recapped and probably sell it. And it comes with another bunch of games which I've already got, so these are absolutely free because I'll make a profit on the other lot, to be honest. First one being Gloom, which again, this was quite highly rated. Again, I'll always look on Lemon Amiga. Never played it personally, but yeah, I'll give that a go. Really happy to find this one, again in really nice condition, which I thought I already had this, but I've only got it CD32, so it's nice to get the floppy version. That's Alien Breed 3D. Nice Ocean title, stroke Team 17. And as I say, I thought I had all the Team 17 releases, and I'm pretty sure I have now, barring, I think it's Killing Grounds. Again, I'm sure I had it, but I've got that possibly coming my way. Now, next one, Alfred Chicken. I say I usually leave stickers on. I might take some of these ones off because these are like the reduced sale stickers. Again, another Mindscape game, 1200 only game. Pretty cool little platformer. Now these is part of the same bundle. Again, didn't cost me anything. I've got no desire to ever play these, but with everyone seemed to be collecting Hit Squad games, I'm half tempted to go for a full Hit Squad set for the Amiga. Now, quite a few came in the smaller square boxes, but you've got quite a few that came in these big boxes as well. There's SimCity, and this one, June 2. So I know this is a quality game. I've got the full release, And to be honest, I've got the full releases on most of the other Hit Squad games I've got as well, but I'm tempted, really tempted. We'll see if they come up cheap enough. And then this one again, another compilation which I know I've got all the full releases of these games, Lemmings, Elite 2 and Civilization, but all in nice nick. So not cost me anything, that bundle of games. Now going on to Ali Retro Hunter. When I went back there, I went to the arcade he opened and picked up a couple of games, because when I went there originally I put down Jurassic Park, this game right here, because I already had it. And then when I came home I realised the variant I've got is the 500 version, which this one's the 1200. Again, being Ocean, I thought I know he'll do me a great deal on it, so I went back and picked that up. And when I went back there, I completely missed Puzznick. So really happy to get this. Really cool game. I'd never played it before. I believe I played this on the stream as well. And again, really nice condition. Ocean game, baggy as well, which the game isn't in at the moment, but yeah, really cool to pick that up. It done me an absolutely great deal on that. I picked up like 3 games from him and it was like a tenner. And I know Puzznick is worth that all day long. So going on to these 2 compilations. This was one of the other 1200s I bought. And again, the only reason I really wanted it was these 2 compilations. And I can't think of probably another compilation that probably compares to either of these. There's so many iconic games on these compilations, it's unreal. This being the first of them. All LucasArts games, Monkey Island, Indiana Jones, Loom, Zack McCracken and Maniac Mansion, which is the predecessor of Day of the Tentacle I showed you earlier on the PC, but Day of the Tentacle was never released on Amiga. So yeah, really fantastic collection. Again, these have cost me nothing. I can't believe how cheap I got that Amiga bundle for. Absolutely giving it away. And then the other compilation was this one here, which again, 2 absolute iconic games in Flashback and Another World, which I don't actually own either of those. I wouldn't mind getting both of those big box. And again, these were in really nice condition, all working. Well, I've only booted them, that's all I've done. But none of them was making any funny noises, so yeah, really happy with that. Those 2 big compilations. Now going on to, how many games have I got left? Probably about another 9 games. Now these are all the games I bought sort of separately. Paid fairly strong money on quite a few of them as well. So I was watching this next game. This was this sold for, it was a full release I was looking for, and it sold for about 156 quid, something like that. I was absolutely gutted. I really wanted it, but I didn't want to spend any more than that. And somebody on the Amiga group put it on there saying, "Oh, I've just got this like in my collection, really happy." And I sort of commented, I was like, "Oh, was it this one that went for this much?" And absolutely gutted, and that yeah, he won it. And he was actually selling. He put on eBay the budget version. He obviously got the full release and sold his budget release. And it's PP Hammer and his pneumatic weapon. Really cool little platform game, this. I'll put some gameplay on. It's been on my radar for a long time. This will do me fine until if I can get the full release at a decent price. Obviously, I'll pick it up. But I mean, I know I'm sure on this label I picked up Battle Squadron, even though I've got this full release. So I've always quite liked variants anyway. So it's good to have that. And I think that was only, I say only, but I think it was about 35 quid, 40 quid. Which when he found out it was me bidding it, because he put it on eBay, and I got talking to the guy. yeah, I realised he was the guy that put it on the Amiga group, and he was like, oh, I should sell you it more, as I bidded him up so much on that other one. Next up, again, I was sure I had this, but I must have only had the original version, and it's Body Blows Galactics, and this is only for AGA for the 1200. Little bit of squashing. I haven't had an iron on it yet, but it's not too bad at all. Again, another Team 17 release, which I'm so close. When I really want to start doing Amiga collection videos, getting them all sort of by publisher or even genres, and showing my full collection, because I've got so many now, and I really just want to sort of go through it, and I do want to thin them out as well for it, all the games that I might never play, or they're not part of the sort of the publishers I'm going for, the collections I'm going for. We'll see. But this, how much was this? This, funnily enough, I went to. Have I shown this? I'm not even sure if I've already shown this. I might have done. I've had so many pickups lately. Have I shown this? I think I might have. Behind the line. I won't go into it much. But it's the CD32 version. Paid about 60 odd quid. I'm sure I shown that on the last video. I'm sure I did. I don't know. Cool little platformer. I don't know whether to go for the CD32 version and the floppy versions. I already had the floppy discs for this, so I've just put them in this box for now, as well as obviously the CD. But I'm sure I showed that. Apologies if I have. But I've definitely not shown any of these ones. Now, these were all from the same seller. They only turned up today. And he's obviously a collector. Getting rid of his collection. Or again, might just be thinning down. I'm not sure. But all of these are in absolutely fantastic condition. I tried getting a better deal, but couldn't. So yeah, I've paid going rate on all of these, I think. First one being Slice By, Secret Agent. Another one for the Ocean. Collection. Fantastic collection. Fantastic condition. This whole game. No squashing whatsoever. 20 quid, I think, that game. Which I thought that was actually a good price. I say going rate on all of these. I thought that was a good price. Next up, Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. On the Imagine label. Again, really nice condition. I think on some of these, especially this one and the next one, I think postage was killing it, because I think he put £5 on all of his games separately, and he was combining postage, so I thought, well, if I get some of the cheaper ones with it, yeah, get a good deal, save on postage. Now this one I think is pretty special, to be honest. I think it's pretty rare. I didn't really know much about it until somebody commented. I can't remember. I think it was on like Instagram, because I thought I had all the small box Team 17 games, because they're all numbered 1 to 8. And he mentioned there's actually well, this game, Body Blows, came on a small box, and it's number 9. All in really nice nick. So I've got them all now. About £8 I think, this, and I know it's not an expensive game on big box, but I'm pretty sure not a lot of people know that for small box. I'm sure that's quite rare. So really happy to add that, even though it's only a variant, but it's nice to have all the small boxes. This one, I know Big Mike was after this, but again, I'm trying to go for all the Sega games. I know he's pretty well. I know he's not buying too much at the moment. I think he's sort of saving his money for events that's coming up. But Shadow Dancer, which again, never really see this, and then 2 came up at once. Now this, fantastic condition, and the other one was I think had damage on the back. But 30 quid this cost me. I'm I'm sure, I don't know if he shield bidded it. He might have done, I'm not sure, but he, I'm sure I bidded 30 quid and lost out, and I think it sold for like 32, 33, something like that, or whatever it was. And then he come back to me as a best offer shortly afterwards, and I thought, well, I did want it. Game you don't really see too often, so I just pulled the trigger. And there was another game in that bundle, on one of his listings that I really wanted, but I missed out on that, and it was really expensive, and I was hoping he'd shield bidded that one, and I was going to get a second offer on that, but no, didn't get it on that one. But yeah, happy with that. Then this one, didn't know too much about this one until a few weeks ago. Deliverance. I know Jamie Morgan. I'll put a link to his channel. He does some great streaming, loves his Amiga. He was playing this the other week, and I'd sort of heard of it, but I didn't really know anything about it. Deliverance, yeah, really cool sort of action platformer. Massive sprites on it. Again, I'll put a bit of gameplay in on there. Again, fantastic condition. Never seen it before. I don't think, well, if I have, it's sort of passed me by, but I think this was about 50 quid, this one. Quite an expensive one, this one. Now, I've left the sort of best till last, or the biggest bargain, I think, and well, I don't know, the big bundles on them games, that was a bit of a bargain, but this one, I don't know, maybe I'm being greedy, but it came up for sale, and I put in a cheeky offer, and he accepted straight away. Couldn't believe it. And it's Moonstone in really nice condition. It was untested, so a bit of a risk, but everything's in there. I mean, I'm half tempted. I don't know what to do with it yet. I know Big Mike's really interested. I know Paul, Mr. Bad's really interested, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet, because I know that it seems to be a lot of these Amiga collectors, what they do, they want trades for the games that very rarely come up for their sort of after games. That's what they do. I think they get some sought after games and try and trade them. But it comes with a map, which I absolutely love the artwork on this, and I don't know whether to frame it. Maybe do that. Maybe just keep it and just frame the artwork. I know there's somebody in Australia that sells like big copies of this, like on A1 or A2, whatever you want. It's quite expensive, I think, with the postage, but I'd love to get that framed on the wall. But I think that's about it. I mean, I know I've got more Amiga games on the way. I definitely want to start doing some of my favourite game lists, as well as Amiga collection, and even other collections as well, like my Vectrex collection. I wanted to show that off. So yeah, stay tuned for more content. I'm definitely going to do more stuff rather than just my pickups. But I wanted to get this one out. I know it was quite a big one, but I really want to start getting these games away. I want to start getting more shelves on the wall. So that's it for this month. I'd say hopefully next month I'm not as busy, and I can start getting some more content out. Till next time, YouTube. Take care.